I got these for $9 on Black Friday. $9 from Woot.com. And if you don't know what Woot is just a overstocking website that Amazon uses to sell all their overstock. Point is, these bad boys are actually like $40, $45 on Amazon right now. So that's like their normal price. Now, what are they? They're headphones. They're literally just earphones. And these are probably going to connect right to my phone, might play something automatically. But they're the ones that go over ear. But welcome to Tech Tuesday. Let's get into it. All right, guys, I've had a few different headphone YouTube videos out there. Go check them out. But these are different because they're over ear. I've never actually had over ear. I've put some on. I've used some over the years, but I've never had some. Now, I've given these a 1 week review. That means I've taken them to work. I've gone to the mailbox. I've gone around the world wearing these things to kind of give it a little bit more of just than just first impressions, right? But let's talk about first impressions, and let's go ahead and slap that in when I unboxed it. Pop.
What's up, everybody? You have the TTQ Fashion Sports Technology True Wireless Earbuds. Yeah. Boom. No more plastic. So, to be honest, this packaging is super awesome. Little thingy. Alright, so the good packaging ends with the actual box. And this handy dandy, I'm assuming it's just cable. Okay, it's a really shitty USB-C charging cable. Cool. USB-C has got some lights, 800 milliamp. Let's open it up. Okay, these are them. You don't get any interchangeable buds or like little rubber pieces. This thing looks like it is not alive at all. So let's go ahead and charge it up.
Wait, real quick, I just noticed, so this little circle and that little circle have an R and an L. Like, why is the left on the right side and why is the right on the left side? Lame.
I totally lied. I didn't even see this in the little charging, little charging box, whatever. It has the little other earbuds, so that's cool.
All right, so how are they, right? So first things up, just the case. The case is pretty bad. If we're going to talk generalities, like it's just made out of not so great plastic. It's fine. It's like if I wanted to break it, I could break it. It has these 4 indicator lights. It has USB-C, which is cool, and it's chunky. So these are the Sony WF-1003s, Sony Nugget 3s. I'll go ahead and link the video. And the case, they're pretty similar to this, to be honest. They are bigger than the Sonys. I don't know if this is capturing very well. They are a little thicker, a little wider, and just take up a little bit more of a footprint, but they're in more of that pebble shape versus like this has a hard edge. So the actual feel in your pocket is big. These are super big, especially compared to the 4s. I couldn't find my 4s. If I could, maybe they would have a bigger case. Maybe that's why I don't lose these, is because it is bigger. But this is definitely probably almost double, at least volume-wise, of like the AirPods. These are chunky boys. But for $40, like how good do they sound? How do they go? And like battery, haven't had any issues with it. They last decently. I'll go ahead and put the specs up here. I don't really like talking about specs because I'm more about the real world experience. Anyways, one cool aspects of these. I'm kind of all over the place, right? Sound quality, they sound a little tinny. They sound a little hollow. They are definitely not as good sounding as these, but just from sound, we're talking, I got these for $9, $10 after tax, and they sound really good for that. They sound like, to have a Bluetooth headphone that lasts pretty strongly, like time-wise. The case is okay, like it's, again, not great. The sound quality is not bad for $10. It's like these were 200 brand new, and yes, they're better than these. But just sound quality wise, you can get by with these. If you've never had headphones before, if you are just looking for like a cheap one, just in case like they break or just have an extra pair, these are not bad sounding at all. If you want to go take them for a run and not worry about them, go for a hike, again, not worry about them too much because they're only $40. They sound fine. They do sound off when you first put them in, especially if you were watching like a YouTube video and then you started putting these in. Is going to sound different. It's going to sound off. It's going to sound worse than your phone, right? It's going to sound worse than your other more expensive headphones if you have any. But you get used to it, and like you really, unless you're like an audiophile, like it's fine. Like you can go listen to the new Nicki Minaj album, and it will be fine. It won't be the greatest, but it will be fine. As far as comfort, these are not that comfortable. Now, I don't know if my ears are weird, but one side, my right side, fits better than my left side. And like, if I'm wearing these, let's go ahead, put them in. All right, they're in now. And like, I don't know if this is dangling or you can see it. Oh, it's out of my ear canal, but it's still on my ear. So like, if you're running and going, this one is the worst one. I think I need the other, like a bigger one, but like shaking, going like this, like, it might pop out of your ear canal, but with those things on the top of your head or the like around your ear, with these, they don't fall off. Again, this one fell out. But one cool feature is you can actually just have your left one in or your right one in and press and play pause. Like they both have that like touch functionality to like play and start, which like my Sonys don't have. It's only the right. So at work, if I have one headphone in and it's the left one, I can't play or pause on it. If I have a smartwatch, I can pause it or take out my phone, of course. But like, yeah, that's one cool thing that you can just easily press or pause. I have been mispressing it though over the last week because of that feature, because I'm not used to it. One pet peeve, one real annoyance is that has the right and the left backwards. Like this is the left one on the right. So when you pull it out, it's not like put it. No, it's like let me pull it. I know it's a stupid thing, but like that minor inconvenience confuses me on the daily. Like again, you open this up, the right ones are here and the left ones are there. Now, like if I open it up this way, like of course it's gonna be upside down, but like, why are you upside down? That being said, let's talk about my overall reaction. Now, battery fine, sound quality, and just build quality, just not so great. Now, again, I got these for $10, and for $10, immaculate. For $10, you can't buy a Big Mac meal for $10 anymore. This shit is worth more than a Big Mac meal, you know what I mean? But outside of that, no. Like, if this was just by itself, it'd be an all right device, especially for $10. For $40, though, you're hitting into that $40 to $50 range, which you can pick up some refurbished and you can pick up some used Sony XM3s. And I really can't like recommend this more. Check out my video on this, but these just sound better. And I wish I could play you an audio test. I just don't have that equipment to like record how they actually sound. But sound quality wise, these are just way better, comfort way better, and you can buy some used and some refurbished versions of these, which I totally recommend. Again, I use these over the XM4s because I lose the XM4s too often. These, I use them all the time. I can't, like, these are amazing. Great stuff right here. And the 4s are also great, but these are fantastic. And they're cheap, especially now that the 5s just came out. These are cheaper and cheaper every day. Buy them over these. Now, if you have $10 and you see the deal, pick these up if you really need them. But I don't recommend them. Last thing, for phone call mic quality, if I can go ahead and record it, I'll go ahead and patch this in here. My girlfriend said over a phone call that I was having with her, these are decent. She could understand me. She could hear me just fine. So for that, at least like phone call wise, they're decent. And if I can play that soundtrack, I will.
All right, so I got it to work, guys. This is what it sounds like. I don't think it's the greatest thing in the world, but honestly, for again $10, this headset is blowing me away. But for $45, there are better ones.
This is what my Spark microphone sounds like, just as a comparison, real quick. And yeah, better.
So this is now the Sony XM 3s, Sony Nuggies, whatever. And these don't sound necessarily like mic quality doesn't sound necessarily crazy better than the other ones, the TTQs or the TTQs, but it does sound better. And additionally, I just heard all these recordings in a row, and just the sound quality that you're receiving from the Sonys, night and day difference over the TTQs. And as I said before, they are just so close in price for a refurbished and a used set if you're gonna go a little cheaper. So just I can't recommend these more over the TTQs. Just for a repeated comparison, these are the TTQs U89s. And one thing that I really noticed while looking at just the actual recording is that the volume that you're getting from these is a little higher than those other microphones. So that might explain why my girlfriend said I sounded fine because it was just picking up my voice louder. But if I wasn't just sitting around the house and I was like on a train or something, it might not be as good because it could be picking up everything just louder and just be a little worse. So again, just the technology that goes into this headphone versus other headphones just differs by a lot, right? But again, for $9, great. For 45, not so great. All right, end of the video. Let's go.
Other than that, guys, love you. Check out next week's video. This is Tech Tuesday. We make tech videos every single week. And sometimes we're wheelers, sometimes they're great, sometimes they're reviews. And we have a lot of cool ones coming up here for you and for me because I just like reviewing this type of stuff, you know? So anyways, TTQs, don't buy.